Hi guys, good morning and a very warm welcome to the session here. I can see some of you have already joined us here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Well, today's session, as you know, is based on most expected questions, part 6, right? So, we will be having a look at different types of questions that we can come across in this particular paper, that is RBI Grade B. Okay. So, chalo, let's quickly start this session here. Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Again, guys, all those who have not liked the session as of yet, जल्दी से like कर दो session को. And yes, let your friends know that the class has started. ठीक है, तो जल्दी से सबको बता दो कि class शुरू हो गई है. So before starting off, I hope everybody has already downloaded the app for Oliveboard and also you must have subscribed to the official channel of Oliveboard. नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से कर लीजिए. ठीक है. So let's have a look at the first question. Now this is the first question on your screen, which was last week's homework question. Not last week's, actually last days, right? Monday we had this particular question as the homework question. Did anybody complete it? किसी ने complete किया था इसको? Try किया था आप लोगों ने? Anyone? Good morning, everyone. Done homework? चलो लेट्स क्विकली चेक वेदर वी गॉट द राइट आंसर और नॉट. ठीक है, अभी देखते हैं कि सही आंसर मिला है कि नहीं. ठीक है, so what is given here, right? This is a question based on day and date and also you have certain relations here, but do we need to make this family tree here or not? Let's understand, right? So there are 6 persons attending a function on 6 different dates of the same year. The function will be held in 3 months, January, April, and August, on either 5th or 15th, right? So we have these 3 days, these 2 dates here for 3 months, 5/15, 5/15, 5/15, right? And the months are, you can see, January, April, and August. Okay, chal. ठीक है, so अभी is sharing the answer. Let's quickly check whether that's the right one or not. Okay, जल्दी से देखते हैं. So let's see. Now it is given only one person attends a function on each day. All the given people are related to each other in some manner. There are 3 generations in the family and every child has either both or none of the parents alive. So single parent is not an option here, right? You cannot have single parents, so both the parents should be there or no parents at all. Okay. Now A's son attended the function in a month with 31 days. So either in January or in August, because these 2 months have 31 days, April has 30 days in here, right? So A has a son, okay? Now let's say if A has a son here, that means A must be having a spouse here and like this, right? So A has a son. A and B did not have siblings, okay? So A and B does not have siblings here. 2 persons attended the functions between A's son and B's wife, okay? So B has a wife here, okay? So that means B has to be a male person and he has a wife. Chalo, theek hai. Then 2 persons are there between A's son and B's wife. F's father attended the function in January at a gap of 2 persons from E's husband. Okay, so we have F's father. Again, you can see that F has a father. That means F must be having both the parents here, right? So let's say this is male, this is female. So F's father attended the function in January. So you can see one of them, that is January 5 or January 15th, has to be F's father here. We do not know who is father, but we will see that, right? In January at a gap of 2 persons from E's husband. Again, E has a husband here. That means E must be a female person and has a husband. Okay, something like this. A attended the function just after D. Okay, so we will write it down that A has to attend the function immediately after D. E's son-in-law. Now, E has a son-in-law. That means E must be having a daughter here and this daughter must be married here. Right? You can see E's son-in-law. That means E's daughter's husband. So E's son-in-law attended the function immediately before F. That means wherever we have F, so E's son-in-law has to be something like this, right? Isn't it? So you can see that F se just pehle we should have E's son-in-law. Okay. Then C was F's uncle. Okay. So C has to be the uncle of F. Now we do not know whether maternal uncle or paternal uncle. We will see, right? But C has to be the uncle of F. That means parent's sibling. Now F was B's only son. So you can see F is B's only son. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's try to understand. We know that B has to be a male person, right? Because B has a wife here, right? So that means F's father will be your B, isn't it? Because F was B's only son. So we can understand that B has to be this person. This is going to be your B here. And also we know that A and B did not have any siblings, right? There are no siblings for B here. So that means the uncle who is C has to be the maternal uncle. So C will be here, isn't it? So you can see C will be the maternal uncle of F, something like this. And F is B's only son. So F is a male person. Okay. E was not the last one to attend the function. Okay, so let's check it out that how do we complete this particular information here. Okay, so B is a male person who is married to somebody, right? So you can see, and they have a child here who is F, right? So you can see that we should have 6 persons in this particular family tree. Now A has to be married, having a son here. So A can be a female person, right? That's a possibility. But it is known that A does not have a sibling, right? So A cannot be this person who is married to B, because A's sibling cannot be C here, right? So it is quite possible that this is your B here, right? The possibility will be, let's say A is here, right? And then he has a child who is B, who is married to a person who is female, who has a sibling here who is C, right? And this B and this person has a child who is your F, who is the only sibling, only child here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this is the kind of structure where we are getting. So we have to see that whether all the trees are getting in here. So you can see this is done. B has a wife. Okay, so B's child only son is F. You can see F's uncle is C. Okay, now E has a husband here, right? So E has a husband and also has a son-in-law. So how do we have that? Let's see, where do we have that possibility? Can we have, you can see, let's say E's son-in-law. Let's say if we take your E here, because in this particular case, you already have 6 persons, isn't it? So that means in this particular scenario, we cannot place this E, because E must be having a son-in-law also. So if you take your E here, we do not have a son-in-law, we have a daughter-in-law, isn't it? So you can see E's son-in-law cannot be placed in this particular situation. That means it's not a valid tree here. That is, A is the parent of B, isn't it? So you can see this is not the right situation. We cannot have it here, isn't it? I hope this is clear. So let's see where else can we have, right? Let's see where do we have this. Let's say, let's start with this. That is, E is there having a husband who has a son-in-law. Now who can be this son-in-law here? You can have this B as a son-in-law, because you can see that yes, this is a possibility. Let's say we draw this. Okay, so we have your E who is a female person. Okay, this is there. We have a daughter and this is the son-in-law here, isn't it? So this B also can be a son-in-law, isn't it? Let's say this B is a son-in-law here. So we will have your F here, isn't it? This is going to be the structure. I hope this is clear. Now you have to draw your C also. That is, C has to be there. So you can see C will be a male person in here. In this situation also, we are having all the 6 persons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, isn't it? So now A has a spouse here and an only son, right? So that means A's son, isn't it? A has a son here. So that means this person can be either this, right? A can be this person also. A cannot be this person. Why? Because A does not have a sibling. So A will be here. Okay, so you can see A and E are a couple. They have two children here, C and we do not know who, right? So that is the situation. Also E has to be having, that is all done. So you can see the only person remaining is who? That is your D, isn't it? So this will be the structure that you will be getting. And now if you see, everything is already placed in here, right? You can see that B should be having a wife here. You can see B is having a wife, right? Absolutely okay. A has a spouse. A has a spouse. Has a son. Yes, has a son. B has a wife. You can see B has a wife here. This wife has a husband. You can wife has a brother. You can see yes, wife has a brother. There is F who is the only son of B. You can see that's also fulfilled. E has a daughter and son-in-law. So you can see E's daughter is D and D has a husband who is your B. So that means this will be the family tree. And once you draw this particular family tree, now you can place everybody in here, isn't it? Why? Let's understand how we can place, right? So it is given A's son attended the function in a month with 31 days. Who is A's son? That is C. So that means C has to be there either in January or in August, right? So C will either be in January or in August. A and B did not have any siblings. Okay, no issues. Two wives, two persons are there between A's son, who is C, and B's wife. Who is B's wife? You can see D, right? So that means there should be two persons between C and D, isn't it? So there should be two persons between C and D. And we know that D ke just part we should have your A, right? That also we have here. Now it is given F's father attended the function in January at a gap of two persons from E's husband. Who is F's father? That is your D. That is your B, right? So you can see B can be here or B can be here. Either of the two situations. And he has to be at a gap of two persons from E's husband. That is your A, right? So 1, 2, A here or A here. Once you place your A, you can place your D. That is D in this case here, D in this case here. D and C at a gap of two persons. So C here, in this case C here. Okay, after that let's see. It is also given E's son-in-law has to be immediately before F. Who is E's son-in-law? You can see that's your B. So B has to be immediately before F. So F here, no issues at all. Now we are left with only one person, that is your E. So E will be here. But in the last case, you can see it is given E was not the last to attend the function. So you can see this becomes invalid and this will be the right answer here, isn't it? So you can see this will be the answer that you will be getting, the arrangement, and this will be the family tree. I hope everybody got it right. So yes, Avi, that was the right arrangement that you have written here. That is B, F, D, A, E, C. Are we clear, everybody? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Everybody clear with this? Are we clear? Okay. Chalo, let's go to the next question. Next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Let's try. I hope everybody has already liked the class here. अगर session को like नहीं किया है तो जल्दी से like कर दो. चलो, let's try this out. Let's see what should be the answer for this particular question. Okay, option number D. Chalo, let's understand how this has to be done. So every vowel is coded as second alphabet after the vowel, that is A is coded as C and so on. So here you can see A becomes C, I, J, K, A becomes C, this becomes K, O, P, Q, right? So this is going to happen with the vowels here, that is +2. Every consonant is coded as second alphabet before the consonant, that means -2. And also it is given if there is no second alphabet before or after the given alphabet, then keep the alphabet as it is. Like let's say if we are talking about B here, right, the alphabet B. Now B -2, we are not going till Z. There is no alphabet 2 -2 is not possible, right? So here B will remain as it is. You will not change your B. So that means here we will have B, right? So B will remain as it is here. D -2, that is 4 -2 is 2. So we will have a B here. C -2 is A, right? T -2 is R, and N -2, that is your L, right? So this will be the answer. Now, which is the one that is matching with this? You can see CBB, KACR, KQL, that is option number D. Are we clear? A very easy question. Chalo, next question, data sufficiency. Let's try it out. Let's see. So what should be the answer, guys, for this one? One alone, two alone, both one and two are required, either of them is sufficient, or none of them is sufficient to answer the question. What will be the answer? Both alone, that means either. Okay, so Avi says the answer has to be either or, that is either of them alone is sufficient to answer the question. Okay, so let's try it out what is given here. Six people are seated in a row facing the north. P is seated to the immediate right of R. Two people are there between M and S, right? So what are the possibilities here? Let's say M and S here, M and S here, right? Or M and S can be here. Similarly, P is immediate right of R. So we have this information. This is common text here that P has to be immediate right of R. So in the first and third case, we can have two possibilities each. In the second one, we have only one possibility. Okay. Now the question is, who is seated third from the right end of the row? Okay. So let's try the first one. T is seated third to the right of P. So that means in this particular case, P and R will be here. And we have T is third to the right of P, so T will be here. Q is seated to the left of S. That means this is anyways eliminated, because you can see you cannot place your Q in this particular situation, right? Here you will have your R and P here, and you cannot have somebody third to the right of P. That means this also is eliminated, isn't it? Now here again you will have your R and P here, and now it is given that we have T third to the right of P. So 1, 2, 3, T will be here. And Q is seated to the left of S. So you can see Q has to be this one. That means S will be here and M will be here, isn't it? Now the question is, who is seated third from the right end of the row? So you can see absolutely you can find using the data given in 1 to find the answer, right? So 1 alone is absolutely sufficient to answer the question. Okay. Now let's try the second one. Okay, second bhi dekh lete. Let's see, can we find it using the second one here? Okay, let's try. Okay, so these are the three cases that we can have for M and S. Now second says R is seated second to the left of M. That means here R is second to the left of M. So that means you can understand that R will be this, M will be this person here. Okay, in the first case M will be this person, S will be this person. Similarly here also M will be this person, S will be this person, because R is second to the left of M. In the third case we can have either of the possibilities. We will check. Also R के immediate right में we have your P, so R and P here, R and P here also you can see that R can be anywhere, right? Again possible. Q is seated to the left of T. Okay, so Q is seated to the left of T. Q is seated to the left of T. Here you can see, let's say if we place, right, what are the possibilities here in this particular situation? Let's understand. Let's say here we take your M here and S here, right? So your R will be this person, P will be this person, and Q is seated to the left of T will be like this. Similarly, let's say S and M here, right? If S and M is here, so R will be this person, P will be this person, and Q is to the left of T will be like this. Isn't it? I hope this is clear, everybody. Okay. So now let's quickly see that whether we are finding the answer using 2 alone or not. है ना? 2 alone देखना है. Let's check whether everything is matching with this or not. So you can see this is the case. These are the 4 cases that we are getting. So you can see P is immediate right of R. You can see yes, P is immediate right of R. 2 people between M and S, that is also fine here. M and S, M and S, M and S, right? Now R is seated second to the left of M, R is second to the left of M, R second to the left of M. Q is seated to the left of T, not immediate left. Please be careful. Q has to be somewhere left of T. So Q left of T, Q left of T, Q left of T, and Q left of T. So you can see we are getting 4 different arrangements here. The question was who is seated third from the right end of the row. You can see we have different answers, isn't it? So that means 2 alone is not giving you the answer, Avi. Okay, so you can see 2 alone is not giving you the answer. So it has to be only 1. Okay, what will be the answer here? It will be only 1. So only 1 is sufficient to answer the question. Okay, using 2 alone, you cannot find a definite answer to who is seated third from the right end. Are we clear with this? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Okay, so 2 alone se nahi aayega, it will be only 1. 1 alone is sufficient. Okay, I've taken only one case in second one. No, you have to consider all the cases, right? Why? Because unless and until you know that there are multiple possible answers, you cannot do data sufficiency. You will have to take all the cases possible. Okay, chalo. Next question on your screen. A very nice question here. I'll remove myself from the screen so that you can have a complete look at this particular question. Okay, just try it out. Not a very difficult one. Okay, बहुत ज़्यादा difficult नहीं है, easy question है. Just go through the question and let's see. Chalo, try it out. You just have to see which rule will be applicable here and then do whatever is written in there. And now you can see a particular table has been given and then there are people who are picking the cards. Then there are 5 rules associated with which card is being picked, right? Whether you are picking a club, whether you are picking a spade, diamond or hearts. So depending on that, you have to see that which rule will be applicable, okay? And then apply that particular rule to the given table in here, okay? Let's see. चलो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड हाउ दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन इज टू बी डन. ओके, अब देखो यहाँ पर एक कार्टन दे रखा है, राइट? यू हैव बीन गिवन 3 cartons, carton 3, carton 2, carton 1, right? So you can see there are 3 wooden cartons placed one on another, top one, each on top of another one, right? and each carton has 5 different boxes, box A, B, C, D and E, and each of these boxes has certain number of pencils, right? Here 22, that means carton 3 box number A has 22 pencils. Similarly, carton 3 box number B has 26 pencils, and so on. Now there are three friends, Raju, Monu and Pankaj, who wanted to buy a box of pencils. Among these boxes, the shopkeeper gave them a deck of cards which contains two spades, two diamonds and two clubs. Each of them has to pick two cards according to the following conditions, and they receive certain number of different pencils. Okay. Now you can see there are rules associated with that what card do you pick. Now let's go to the question. Raju picked up two cards followed by Monu, who again picked up two cards. The order of the cards picked is spade and club, then club and diamond, right? So Raju ne kya pick kiya? Spade and club. Now which is the rule associated with first card as spade and second is club? You can see that's your rule number 1. Okay, so that means the pencils in box B of first carton, that is pencils of box B of first carton, is exchanged with pencils in box D of second carton. That means this one. So मतलब 22 यहाँ पर आ गया and 16 यहाँ पर आ गया, isn't it? You can see when Raju has picked, so 22 goes here and 16 goes here, है ना? I hope this is clear. उसके बाद क्या हो रहा है? Monu is picking the card and he is picking club and diamond. तो club and diamond जब उठाओगे, so which is the rule that is associated here? Now when we have club and the second card is diamond, that is rule number 4. So what happens? Then the pencils in box C of carton 2. Explain once. देखो what is happening here. Everybody is picking two cards, है ना? जैसे Raju went and he is picking two cards. Then Monu went, he is picking two cards. As per the rule associated with the picking of those two cards, we have to make certain things here, right? Certain changes. Like Raju goes and he picks up a spade and a club. Now, which is the rule associated with spade and club? You can see that is your rule number 1. So, if the first card picked is spade and the second is club, then the pencils in box B of first carton. So, that means we are talking about this one. This is box B of first carton is exchanged with pencils in box D of second carton, which is pencils of box D of second carton. That is this one. So this 22 and 16 have to be interchanged. They have to be exchanged. That means 16 will come here and 22 will come here, right? So this will have now 16 pencils. This will have 22 pencils in here. Okay. Now what happens after Raju has picked the cards and this exchange has happened? Now Monu goes and does the same thing. That is, now he picks up club and diamond. So what is the rule associated with club and diamond? You can see that's your rule number 4. So that is saying then the pencils in box C of carton 2. So pencils of box C in carton 2, that is this one, 20, are changed with the average of pencils in box B and D of the same carton. So what is B and D's average? You can see 24 and 22, right? Now D has 22 pencils in here. After Raju picked, there is a change, right? It is no more 16. It is 22 now. So you have to change this C with the exchange, with the average of 24 and 22. What is that? It is 23. Isn't it? What is the average of 24 and 22? That's 23. That means here instead of 20, we will have 23. Isn't it? So this will be 23 in here. So that means now carton 2 has 30, 24, 23, 22 and 28 boxes. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now let's see then what is the least number of pencils in carton 2. So carton 2 में least number of pencils कौन सा है? You can see 30, 24, 23, 22 and 28. So 22 is the least one. So 22 would be the answer. Isn't it? I hope this is clear everybody. Okay. So as per question number 1, this was done. Okay. Now question number 2 के लिए again you will have to consider the initial one. You should take the initial table, not the changed table, right? So again, you will be considering this particular table for question number 2. Okay, now what is question number 2 saying? What is the sum of the number of pencils in carton 3 if the first card picked is a diamond and second is a spade? So what is the rule associated with diamond and spade? कौन सा rule है guys diamond and spade के लिए? That is, first is diamond and second is spade. What should happen? You can see that's your rule number 5, isn't it? If the first card is diamond and the second card is spade, then the highest number of pencils in box 3, which is the highest number of pencils in box 3, you can see that's your 32, isn't it? What is the highest number of pencils in box 3? That is this carton 3. That is your 32. So it has to be exchanged with the lowest number of pencils in carton 2. So what is the lowest number of pencils in carton 2? You can see that's your 16, isn't it? So 16 and 32 will again exchanged. So this will be 16 here and this will be 32. I hope this is clear, everybody. Now the question is, what is the sum of the number of pencils in carton 3? So that means you have to find the sum of 22, 26, 16, 18 and 30, right? So this is 8, 6, 14, 20, 22, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 112, isn't it? So 112 would be the right answer for this one. Are we clear with this particular question, guys? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. So for every question, you have to consider the original table. Okay, you will not take the changed table from the previous question. Okay, I hope this is clear. ये सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं? Please बताइएगा. Are we clear with this question, guys? Everybody, that how did it happen? What did we do here? सबको समझ में आया? Clear? Okay. So 5 different questions having 5 different calculations here. Okay. Chalo, next question on your screen. Let's try this out. Let's see. Question नहीं आया सपना? Once again from question. क्या हुआ सपना? Chalo, let's do one thing. Let's try this together. Okay, let's complete this particular question and see how this has to be done. Not a very difficult one. It's just that certain data has been added here, right? Kuch variables add kar diye. Nothing that is very tricky in here. The only thing that you have to be careful about is that there are two numbers, right? There are ages and there are weights. Okay, so be careful to put the age in the column of age and weight in the column of weight. Okay, तो ये गड़बड़ मत करना कि एज और वेट को इधर उधर कर दिया, एक्सचेंज कर दिया, right? That should not happen. So there are 8 persons who like different fruits. They have different ages and also they have different weights in here. Now it is given A likes mango and his age is a multiple of 3, right? So A likes mango, that is a fixed information, and his age is a multiple of 3. Now what are the ages here? You can see we have 27, which can be a multiple of 3, right? Similarly 30 is a multiple of 3, 51 is a multiple of 3, right? So these are the 3 possibilities for age here. Now D likes orange. Okay, so D likes orange. Chalo likh lete. D likes orange and his weight is 81 kg, right? So he is 81 kgs in here. After that, only 2 persons are lighter than E. So there are only 2 other persons who are lighter than E. You can see that what should be the possible weight for E here? There are only 2 other persons who are lighter than E. Are we done? Absolutely great. So if we have only 2 other persons lighter than E, that means E should be the third lightest person, that is 64 kg. And there is only 52 and 59 which is less than 64. That means E should be how much? He should be 64 kgs in here. We are talking about the weight here. Okay, so you can see this is the case that we are getting. Aage dekhte, let's see what is given here. At least 2 people are elder than A. So there has to be at least 2 other persons elder than A. That means 51 is not a possible age for A, because there is only one other person who is elder than 51, that is 64 years, isn't it? So 51 is not a possibility for A here. So let's remove 51 from here. So A has to be either 27 years old or 30 years old. We will check that. Okay. आगे देखते हैं. Then we have the sum of the ages of B and C is 64. So we know B plus C has to be 64 years, right? The sum of ages of B and C is 64 years. And B is younger than C. That means C has to be elder. Now, how do we have a sum of 64? 22 plus 44. Do we have 22 plus 42? Do we have that? No. 27, can we have that particular option? No. 30 and 30 and 24, do we have that? Because we have to take what? Sum as 64. So 30 and 34, that is the only possibility that you will have, isn't it? So 30 plus 34 gives you a sum of 64. So that means you can see that B has to be 30 years old and C has to be 34 years old, right? So you can understand that B is 30 and C is 34. That means A has to be 27, isn't it? He cannot be 30 because 30 years old is already for your B, right? So A kitna hoga? 27 ho jayega. Okay, so A is 27 years old here. I hope this is clear, everybody. After that, let's see what is given. The one who is 34 years old likes grapes. So 34 years old is already C. So this person likes grapes. Okay. After that, the one who is 30 years old is the lightest in the group. So that is your B. He is 30 years old. So he has to be lightest in the group. Lightest means 52 kgs. That means this person is 52 kgs in here. Okay. Now E's weight and H's age is same. So E's weight. What is E's weight? That is 64 kgs. So that means H's age has to be 64. Right. So this person will be 64 in here. Okay. H's age and E's weight has to be same. So E's weight is 64. That means H's age is also 64. Okay. After that, let's see. Only one person is younger than F. So there is only one other person who is younger than F. That means F has to be the second youngest person, isn't it? F has to be the second youngest person because there is only one other person who is younger than F. That means F has to be 27 years old, isn't it? So you can see what is given. Only one person is younger than F. So that means we have 27 as F. Okay. So are we having any other possibility for 64? Just a second. Let's see. So we had this one, that is 30 plus 34. Any other possibility for 64, guys, which we have missed here? 28 and no. 30, 34, 27, 22 and 34. 22 and 34 is also there. No, 22 and 34 nahi hoga. 22 44 नहीं है, 27 no, 28 no. Okay, so what happened here? I guess it's working fine. क्या हो गया यहाँ पर? Only one person is younger than F. So that means F has to be the second youngest person, right? So 27 years old he has to be. 27 तो already A हो रहा है. Did we miss something here? I hope we have not missed something. Did we miss out something, guys? अभी कुछ मिस कर दिया क्या हमने कोई केस यहाँ पर? जल्दी बताओ. Let's see. Only 30 and 34 for 64. Yes, 30 and 34 was there for 64. But this is also given na. There is only one person is younger than F. ये नहीं हो पाएगा ना. Only one person is younger than F. Because here already we have A as 27. Isn't it? So 27 तो A के लिए हो चुका है already. So there is something which is not matching here. कुछ एक पॉसिबल होगा यहाँ पर, कुछ एक गड़बड़ हुआ है. ओनली वन पर्सन यंगर देन नहीं होना चाहिए, एल्डर टू होना चाहिए था मे बी. लेट्स सी. ओके, विल होल्ड दिस फॉर अ व्हाइल. इट मे बी पॉसिबल. ए कैन बी 51. ए कैन बी 51. इज इट पॉसिबल? Okay, let's see whether 51 is also a possibility. It was given, no, at least two persons are elder than A, right? यहाँ पर क्या दे रखा था? At least two persons are elder than A. So if A is 51, there is only one other person who is elder than A, right? Multiple of 3, that is fine, Avi. But here it is given that there has to be at least two other persons elder than A. That means 51 is not a possibility, क्योंकि 51 से ज़्यादा तो सिर्फ एक ही है, that is 64. At least two persons should be elder than A, right? So either of the two hints is not going to be here. They are contradictory in nature. Either we will have to remove this, that is at least two persons are elder than A, या तो ये हटा दो, या फिर इसको ये कर दो that only one person is younger की जगह elder कर दो, right? Let's say we do it like elder कर दो, ठीक है? So only one person is elder than F होना चाहिए था. I guess that's a typo here. So only one person is elder than F. That means F has to be how much? He has to be 51 years old here, right? Okay. So F will be 51. So there is a typo in here. ये younger की जगह elder होना चाहिए था, ठीक है? So only one person is elder than F. That means F will be 51 years old here. Okay. A is heavier than D. A is heavier than D. You can see D is 81 kgs. So A has to be heavier than 81. There is only one other kg that is heavier, right? That is 84. तो मतलब A कितना होगा? 84 kgs हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So this will be 84 kgs. Now let's see. C is heavier than the one who likes banana. Okay, let's write it down. C is heavier than banana. Okay, but lighter than E. Okay, so that means E has to be heavier than C. So now we have this information. E, C, banana. इसके बारे में है. You can see E is what? 64 kgs. Right? So you can see E is already 64 kg. So C and banana has to be less than 64. So what are the weights which are less than 64? That is 52 and 59. That means C will be 59 kgs and banana will be 52 kgs. How you got 84? Avi, because it is given here. That is A is heavier than D. Right? It is given here. No, A is heavier than D. We are talking about the weights here. So A's weight has to be greater than D's weight here. Now D weight is 81 kg. So if D's weight is 81 kg, so A has to be greater than 81. That means 84 kgs. Right? I hope this is clear. Are we clear till here, guys? Please let me know. यहाँ तक सब किसी को कोई डाउट हो प्लीज बताइएगा. Okay? Just one typo was there. That is this should be elder, not younger. Okay? ये change कर लेना. बाकी सब कुछ ठीक है यहाँ पर. Okay, so you can see A has to be greater than D, so that is why A has to be 84 kgs here. Now it is given E has to be greater than C and C has to be greater than banana. We know that E is 64 kgs, right? We have this information that E is 64 kgs. That means the values for C and banana has to be less than 64. We have only two weights here, 52 and 59, which are less than 64. So that means C has to be 59 kgs in here, right? And banana will be 52 kg. You can see 52 kg is already B. So B will be banana here. Right? So this is going to be a banana. Okay, ये हो गया. अब आगे देखो what is given here. The one who likes apricot. Right? One who likes apricot is 35 years old and his weight is 72 kg. So where should we have this apricot 35 and 72? Only possibility is your G. Right? G में ही possible है. So you can see this will be apricot. Okay. He is 35 years old and weight is 72 kgs, right? So this will be 72 kgs in here. Now it is given H does not like plum or apple. So H does not like plum or apple. That means E and F should be plum and apple. And what is the only fruit remaining for H here? You can see that will be cherry, right? तो यहाँ पर H जो है वो cherry हो जाएगा. And plum and apple have to be E and F. अच्छा चलो आगे देखते हैं. The one who likes plum is 28 years old. So plum has to be 28. That means plum will be E, 28 years old. And this will be your apple who is 51 years old, right? And it is given H has to be heavier than F. Okay, so H has to be heavier than F. So what are the weights remaining here? You can see 52 is taken, 59 is taken, 64 is taken, 67 is remaining. एक तो ये 67 kg बचा है. 72 is taken, 76. So 67 and 76 are remaining. So H is heavier than F. That means H has to be 76. Okay. This will be 76 kg and this person will be 67 kgs in here. Okay. And what is the only age remaining? Age kaun sa bacha hua hai? You can see 22 is remaining. Yes, 22 is remaining. So D will be 22 years old. Okay. I hope this is clear, everybody. Please let me know if we have any doubts in this particular question. Everyone clear with this? ये सबको समझ में आया कि नहीं? Are we clear? Okay. Everybody clear with this? ठीक है? चलो, we'll go to the next question. Next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Let's try. I hope everybody is able to solve this one. चलो इसको try करते हैं, right? Let's see how this particular question is to be done. So you can see there are 6 different persons in 6 different designations. Designations are given in the increasing order. Confusing? चलो ठीक है, एक बार try करते हैं. So 3 persons live between K and the one who is junior to one person. Who is junior to one person? That is your CEO, right? CEO is the only person who is junior to president. Okay. So that means we are saying that there should be 3 persons between K and CEO, and we know that K lives in an even numbered floor, right? So that means K can either be this one, and 1 2 3, this is your CEO, right? Because K and CEO are living at a gap of 3 persons, right? Or your, let's say, if you take your K here, you cannot place your CEO. Other possibility is K here, and 1 2 3, this is your CEO, right? These are the 2 possibilities that we can have. The number of persons who live above K is same as the number of persons who live below the one who is ranked least. That means we are talking about clerk here. So if we have, let's say, in this first particular case, how many persons do we have above K? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 persons above K. So that means there should be 4 persons below clerk, right? So clerk will be here. Similarly, 0 persons above K. So 0 persons below clerk. So clerk will be here, right? So these are the 2 cases. One person lives between N and the one who is least ranked. Okay. So who is least ranked? That is your clerk. So there should be only one person between clerk and N. So N will be here in this case. N will be here in this particular case. Now the one who works as a GM lives immediately above N. So M ke just upar we should have your GM here, right? The one who works as a GM lives immediately above N. So GM will be here in this case. In this case, GM has to be here. Now what is given, this is all done. M lives immediately below the one who is senior to 3 persons. Now who is senior to 3 persons? You can see that is your CFO, right? Because he is senior to these 3 persons here, isn't it? So M lives immediately above the CFO, isn't it? M has to be immediately above the CFO here. After that, what is given? M neither works as a GM nor the CEO. So M cannot be your GM or CEO. GM भी नहीं हो सकता, CEO भी नहीं हो सकता. Okay. So in the first case, where should we have your M? M cannot be your CEO, right? M cannot be CEO, so not possible. M can be clerk, but he has to be immediately above your CFO, so not possible. M cannot be the GM, so not possible. M cannot be here because he has to be immediately above CFO. So that means this case is invalid. So second case will be the valid one, right? So where should we have your M here? In this particular case, M is immediately above CFO here, such that he is not the GM or CEO. है ना? So let's see, where should we have that? Let's say M is here. So CFO, not possible. M cannot be GM. M cannot be GM. Okay. फिर से क्या गड़बड़ हो गया? Okay, let's check. Let's see. Did we miss any particular case here? एक बार देख लेते हैं, ठीक है? 3 persons live between K and junior to 1 person. So that means K can either be on 2 or on 6, right? And CEO has to be at a gap of 3. चलो ठीक है. Then K lives in an even numbered floor. Done. The number of persons who live above K is same as the one who lives below the one who is the least ranked person. That means you can see clerk की बात हो रही है. So if K is here, clerk has to be here. If K is here, clerk has to be here. Okay, no issues. Then we have this information. One person is living between N and the one who is clerk. So you can see clerk is here, so N has to be here. In this particular case, the clerk is here, so N has to be here. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. The one who works as a GM lives immediately above N. So one who is GM is immediately above N. ठीक है, ये भी हो गया. M lives immediately below the one who is senior to 3 persons, right? So M lives immediately below the one who is senior to 3 other persons. That means M has to be immediately above the CFO, right? Immediately above me, immediately below, and I'm so sorry. So M lives immediately below the one who is senior to 3 other persons. So ye M is here, right? This has to be the situation, my bad. So you can see M has to be immediately below the CFO such that he is not your GM or CEO. ठीक है, ये करना था यहाँ पर. तो देखो M जो है वो CFO के जस्ट नीचे होना चाहिए, सच दैट M इज नॉट द CEO और द GM. ओके, अब फर्स्ट वाले केस में देखो, वेयर शुड वी प्लेस योर M, कहां पर प्लेस कर सकते हैं, लेट्स सी. ओके, so let's say if you place your M at this particular position, right? So he is immediately below CFO, not possible. M cannot be your GM, so the only possibility will be M here or at position number 1, है ना? So you can see M will be this person and here your CFO will be your K, isn't it? In this particular case, where should we have your M? You can see the only possibility, because M cannot be your CEO or GM, M will be this person and he is immediately below your CFO will be here, है ना? So these will be the two cases. अच्छा, आगे देखो what is given here. The number of persons living between L and the one who is president is same as between J and clerk. J either works as GM or DGM. ठीक है, चलो सपना ने आंसर दे दिया, चेक कर लेते हैं whether that is the right answer or not. ठीक है, देख लेते हैं. So the number of persons, what is it saying? The number of persons who live between L and the one who is president. L और president के बीच में उतने ही persons होने चाहिए जितने हमारे पास किसके बीच में है, we have between your J and your clerk. ठीक है, अब देखो, let's say we take your J, let's use another color. ठीक है, तो चलो इसको चेक कर लेते कौन सा केस वैलिड है, देख लेते. ओके, सो दीज आर द टू केसेस दैट वी आर गेटिंग राइट नाउ. So let's say we take your J here, okay, at this particular position, fourth वाले में. So we will have 0 persons between J and clerk. Can we have 0 persons between L and president? Not possible, right? Because you can see president can either be here, right? Let's say if we take your president here. So that means how many persons can be there between L and president? We can have 2 persons, right? Or 3 or 4. Okay, and similarly between your J and clerk, and it is also given J works either as GM or DGM, right? तो J जो है या तो GM होगा, DGM तो possible है नहीं, because you can see either N or M will be the DGM here, है ना? तो या तो N होगा DGM या M होगा यहाँ पर DGM. So let's say here your J has to be this person, right? So you can see what will be the situation, how many persons are there between J and clerk. You can see we have 0 persons between J and clerk. That means we should have 0 persons between L and president also. अब इस केस में L and president के बीच में we cannot have your 0 persons, right? That means this case is invalid and this will be the right one. अब देखो यहाँ पर J has to be either the GM or the DGM. Explain once L and president. देखो अभी what was given here, J has to be either the GM or the DGM, right? Now DGM is not a possibility because DGM can either be here for N or M, right? DGM और J तो नहीं हो सकता. J DGM is not a possibility in the first case. Why? Because none of them is completely vacant. कोई भी completely vacant है नहीं. J DGM cannot be possible here. So either N will be the DGM or M will be the DGM. That means you can understand that J has to be this person who is the GM. So if you place your J as GM, that means you can see that we have 0 persons between J and clerk, right? We have 0 persons between J and clerk. That means we should have 0 persons between L and president also. But that's not a possibility because L can either be here or here. And in either of the situations, you cannot place your president at a gap of 0 from L, right? That is why the first is invalid. So you will be getting the answer from the second case. ठीक है, यहाँ पर भी देखो again J cannot be DGM for the same reasons because you can see J DGM is not a possibility here. कहीं भी पूरा खाली है नहीं, so you will see J will be the GM here. So if J is the GM, that means we have 2 persons between J and clerk, right? There are 2 persons between J and clerk. That means there should be 2 persons between L and president. So you will see L will be this person and president will be here, isn't it? So if president is here, you can see N will be the DGM. ठीक है, so ये आपका बन गया. Now the only person remaining is your O, so O will be the clerk here. Okay, I hope this is clear, everybody. Please let me know if we have any doubts. Sapna, absolutely, that would be the right arrangement. That is your K M J N L O. Are we clear, everyone? Please let me know. ये सबको समझ में आया? Okay, so you can place these people also. That is, who is the president? That is your M. Who is the CEO here? CEO is your L. Who is the CFO? You can see CFO कौन है? K है. Who is the GM? that is your J. Who is the DGM? You can see DGM कौन है? N है. Who is the clerk? That is your O, right? So you can see this will be the arrangement here as per the seating, that is the building, and as per the designation here. Okay. Everybody clear with this question? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Everybody clear? Okay. So these are few questions that we had for today, right? I hope you enjoyed today's session. In case you have any doubts, you can always reach out to me on the channel, that is Reasoning by Nikita 01. ठीक है, तो इस चैनल पे आप मुझसे बात कर सकते हो. You can directly tag me there, Reasoning by Nikita 01. Okay. And please remember, Monday and Wednesday we are having these sessions. So Monday, Wednesday 10 a.m. we are having regular sessions for your upcoming RBI Grade B. Okay. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's session. In case you have doubts, feel free to talk to me on Telegram. I'll be happy to help you out with it. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you again with another session. So please take care, stay safe, have a great day ahead. And yes, do not forget to tune into Oliveboard for these regular sessions. And जल्दी से session को like कर दो अगर अभी तक like नहीं किया है. ठीक है? चलो, thank you, guys. I'll see you again with another session. Please take care, stay safe, have a great day. I'll see you soon. Thank you.